Hello, welcome to the Mental Funny Bone, a comedy mental health podcast where we touch on various topics related to mental health and we try to make you laugh despite the tears. I'm Christine.
I'm Sarah. And sometimes we don't talk about anything but just the two of us.
Right?
And
Right?
a lot of the time that lands in the mental health realm of things.
Right. It frequently does. It will today for sure. So here's our lineup. We'll tell the people what it is too. First, we're going to do a little catch up corner
Okay.
because you and I haven't talked in over 24 hours. So there's stuff for us to catch
Yeah.
up on. We're going to talk a little bit about growing up Gaster and what it was like to have an older sister who was really into studio wrestling. So that's going to be our Gaster story of
Yes.
the week. And then
I like this.
we're going to invite you guys to join us on some of our adventures this fall. So we're going to talk about the Out of Darkness walk. And I think that might be the only thing we're doing this fall because we're both pretty busy. We're going on a meditation retreat, which I can't stop talking about.
Yeah.
And then
And I got a new pillow for my ass. So I'm super excited to talk about the ass pillow.
game changer is what I'm hearing about the meditation pillow. And then we're going to get into some mental health stuff because we're going to talk about ADHD and how it's fucking with me these days. Yeah, I can't stop, won't
I'm
stop.
not sure why you thought that was like a needed to mention in the lineup for things. I feel like that's just what it revolves around.
Oh no, I did some research this week, and we're going to mention my good friend
Oh,
Mel
good.
Robbins. If you remember our friend Mel, we're going to let them do a ton of shit. We're going to talk about some coping mechanisms that I've developed over the past 8 weeks. And we're going to talk about how I continue to be unmedicated, mostly because I have ADHD. It's very unfair. And then we're gonna
I like these because these are all things I'm going to argue with you about.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I did also put this in here so that not only you, but our listeners would kind of hold me accountable too. We're going to talk about the role of adrenaline in ADHD and how I've gotten more tattoos in the past 8 weeks than I have in the previous 4 years. And then we're going to tell each other goodbye at the end, and we're going to say I love you and hang up. That's what we're going to do today. So there we go.
Might I add anything?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. It is half your podcast. First off, before we go any further,
It's just a therapy session, really.
honestly, why pay when I can just do this? We also have to mention Becca, the intern, who's taking a little time off, and she's in Nashville. So when she comes back, I want a full report because Nashville is the best place on the planet, in my opinion. Sometimes,
I mean,
not on it.
I kind of like
Saturday night.
Aruba, but Nashville's like kind of cool during the day. Nashville's really cool.
Right. Like not
Daydreaming
on
is the way to go. I feel like
Saturday
there's
night.
like for Nashville, there's like age planning, like
Right.
depending on how old you are, that determines when your prime time is in Nashville. And in our age range, it's from noon to 5.
To 2. Sunday
No,
afternoon.
actually 9 a.m.
Right.
9 a.m. Because you got to go get some breakfast. Then you drink all day and go to various bars that are playing wonderful music.
Right.
And then you get dinner and go to bed at 6.
I think it's a perfect plan. And you're less likely to run into a bachelorette party during this time. And you can line dance poorly, and no one really judges that because poor line dancing is the only line dancing. But I am interested to hear what the younger generation does in Nashville because I'm sure Becca is going to come back with, a different report, which will be nice to hear.
They do. They wake up at 3 o'clock. We're winding down our day. and they're getting up and going to breakfast. It all works. It really
Right.
all works. It's like, the mention of wrestling. It's like tag team wrestling. Like, hey,
So,
kids, old folks tagging out, have fun.
get on that. Get on that,
That's what
guys.
it is. Yeah.
Like, hey, we got to
And I feel
leave
like
the
there's
Kid
probably
Rock
lots more
bar.
shots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That doesn't,
there's more shots. There's more well, the length of time.
like a
Like
shift.
we're out longer. Our shift is longer because we are not, well,
I
it
don't
depends on who
know.
you're
I don't
with.
know. I don't know. It's
If
also
I'm
like
doing shots, I'm going to sleep, but I'm not doing shots. So our length of time is a little more sustainable, a little longer, while they're heading out and doing shots at 5 p.m.
why? No, thank you.
Well, yeah, and they're probably throwing up on themselves by like 8.
Oh,
And then the third shift comes in at 8, and those
they
that's a
were
whole different that's
they've been
a part of the world I'm not sure I've ever been involved in.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
I
don't
don't
I definitely have been.
no, I haven't. Like there's the kids that come out at like 3 a.m. They've been pre-gaming since like 11:30, but different places.
You
Like
do
where are you
remember
going?
when we went to San Diego?
Nope, that didn't happen.
Okay. Yeah.
That didn't
Yeah.
happen.
I bought a lot of pucker after that.
I still have it. It's 100%.
Yeah, there
There's
was a lot
30.
of
There's 30 year
yeah,
old
'cause you can make
fruity
all sorts of different
martini.
yeah, there's all sorts of different flavored pucker that you can make martinis out of. But they're
Right?
not real martinis. Like
No.
if I'm drinking a martini these days, I'm drinking the older folk martini, which would be the
Right.
dirty martini.
Right. There's a lot of olive juice and very little vermouth. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even think vermouth was an ingredient in these martinis we were drinking at the
No.
Martini Ranch. Like, it was just pucker and vodka. We're just mixing that shit together.
Yeah.
I remember going to the early internet and looking up the rules for shipping alcohol because I was going to send you martini ingredient, quote unquote, martini ingredients to your home with a
And
shaker.
the the early internet was like, that's not a martini.
The early internet said, what do I look like? The post office? Ship what you want. It's going to be heavy.
Right.
Like your barrier is that it's heavy and expensive, not that the US post office won't take it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There are tears in my eyes. Crying about the fruit martini. And I think that was a way that we incorporated fruit into our diet. Like it wasn't just a drink. It was a food group. Like, oh, we're good. We had great martinis. We're fine. We can and milk,
Yeah.
apparently. Because we were into the White
Yeah,
Russians
because
for
that's what you
a hot minute.
follow. You follow a night of drinking vodka and pucker with a loaded White Russian. So that's milk and vodka. Ugh.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm pretty sure I'm lactose intolerant.
How did I don't even know how yeah. Yeah, that is a level. That's third shift. That's third shift. That's definitely not us anymore. We're leading the pack. We're
Yeah.
opening the bar. I'm like, hey, it
Yeah.
smells nice, like bleach in here. Like, is that fabuloso? It smells delicious. So clean. I appreciate it so much.
Fabulous.
All right.
This is making my stomach churn.
Honestly, like just thinking about it. I will say that the last time I was in Nashville, I ended up a night at like 10:30, which is crazy, on whatever the street is, Broadway. And I was eating a vendor hot dog at 11 o'clock. And I thought it was so cool. That also is making my stomach hurt right now.
And yeah, we ended the night with gyro. Our late night, I think, was like 10:30.
Right.
And it ended with gyros.
Right. Like,
It ended with gyros and a vendor T-shirt that said "Drunk cigs don't count."
Perfect. So appropriate. Look at the vendor t-shirts. Priceless. Priceless. All right.
or street vendor, whatever the fuck, whatever.
All of it. All of it. I'm here for it. So Travis Kelce got engaged. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I think I heard something about it. Um, yeah,
That's what I'm focusing on.
I'm a big fan of the couple.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
news this week is going to
I
be
dig it.
completely Swifty focused for me. Nothing else happened
Yeah,
this week besides those two getting engaged. These two crazy kids, and the
I feel
fact,
like this is the plan, just focusing on the good stuff.
right, yep, that your gym teacher and your English teacher got married, and I'm not sure which is which. Is Taylor Swift the gym teacher? Like that was the caption. Like you're no, it's not. Taylor's the English teacher. Okay, got it. Yeah, that makes more sense. Makes more sense.
It makes more sense.
Yeah, because he's an athlete and she's a
Yeah,
singer that dances a lot. Also
and writes music.
the funniest memes were just the Olivia's college had a meme where they put the two of them getting engaged in front of their little old maid, and I was delighted by that one. I'm like, oh, it's so wholesome. And
I
then
love
and then
that.
it got mean. Like it got mean and it got dark real quick. Like the one lady who said Travis Kelce's about to read a prenup that's longer than any book he's ever read. And I was like, it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's mean. I think that's valid. And I'm not sure if it's like you could look at it a couple ways. Like, I mean, it could be a 2-page prenup, and it's just talking shit on how much Travis Kelce reads.
I was like, that's
Or you can look at
hilarious.
it as Taylor Swift is ridiculous in the best way possible and needs to have her future husband sign a prenup that says, "Yeah, motherfucker, what's mine is mine,
What's
and what's yours is mine."
you get to
And
keep
that's it.
all the rubber balls, and I get to keep all the books in
Yeah,
my library.
yeah. I mean, I think they're going to be all right. I think it'll be all right.
Those
It'll be
I
all
hope it
right.
works out for those two crazy kids. Super excited about that though.
Yeah,
So
I am. It makes me thankful, like that and other bad shit that went on this week. It makes me very thankful that I am essentially off the socials again.
no, I think it's the right move. My socials are just for videos of otters, French rugby players, and also for some reason they're throwing like American lady rugby players in there too, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not like French boy rugby players, American girl rugby players. I'm in. I love it. I'm all for it.
Like the
And
American Girl dolls
no,
playing
no,
rugby.
like the
Oh,
like the girl who was on Dancing with the Stars, Ilona, whoever
sure,
that lady is. I
sure.
like her. She's wears killer lipstick. I'm here for it.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
The reason I'm off the socials is actually part of my Sarah needs to focus more.
oh
Uh,
this is so good.
Stab at life.
I love it.
Uh, because I'm easily sidetracked by videos of cats and shit. So that's really what started I have to delete these socials from my phone.
No,
And if I want to do anything, I have to go on to the socials on my computer, which we all know is a pain in the ass. So I go on the socials to check messages and schedule some posts for my business, and that's it.
love it. I'm having trouble giving up the otter videos, if I'm honest. Like the ones where like they're complete fabrications, but where like a couple adopts an otter. These are coming up a lot. They're AI generated, and I don't care. Like Chad is
Yeah.
doing a great job generating otter content for me.
Yeah.
But I think I will eventually have to call a halt to that. All right.
Yeah.
So here's the big thing that's happening in my world today. I don't realize how close together events happen because they're on different months in my calendar. So I didn't realize that at the end of this weekend, it's September, and the first week of September, I have to give a big presentation at a conference, and I am subbing in for somebody that that should be doing the presentation but can't right now. So everyone is comparing me with that person, and that person always kills these things. And there's a lot of things happening in my brain that are less than desirable at the moment. Like figuring out that was next week. Yesterday was challenging. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready. I can't do it. I have to, hopefully I break my leg this weekend so I don't have to go. And then I'm like, will you stop that? You are perfectly capable of being up on stage. You've done it 4 or 5 times in bigger settings with bigger groups of people. You are actually good at it. So shut up, brain, and prepare like you should, and then get there and do it. So shut up, brain.
Yeah.
Is a lot of what's going through my head today. So that's my catch up for this week, is that I have to do this big presentation. I'm half excited and half terrified. The terrified part is actually a positive, because I will over prepare for it now. And that'll be good when I get there. So that's what I have going on. That's my catch up corner.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to do a catch up corner now?
Yeah, it's your turn. It's what happens when I don't talk is that you talk. That's how this podcasting thing works.
My catch up corner involves not remembering like how much goes into high school soccer season, and being like surprised by it. So that and business shit. So high school soccer is in full swing. I'm having some rough parenting moments at the moment. I had to call your mom and dad on the way home from the game last night, and I had a tear in my eye. And luckily, your father and your mom are amazing, and they made me laugh, and the tear in my eye didn't actually drop. So that's cool.
Oh,
and I pulled out some stellar mom moves after I picked up my kid, who was not super happy, and understandably so. Quick update on that. He made the varsity team, just the varsity team. So he's not dual rostered. He's just on the varsity team, which was a huge win for him. He was really excited about it because he's one of 3 that isn't a senior that's full rostered on the varsity team. So that's really cool. And his first game, he played really well. We got a lot of great feedback from parents and yada, yada, yada. And I'm probably the most critical of my kid. Like, I'm the first to be like, yeah, buddy, you don't have it. But he did, like, I feel like he's finally at a place where he's doing what he needs to be doing, and he's doing a great job. And since then, to make the story quicker, he played a minute and a half in the game last night. And which is fine. Regardless of what I think, I'm not the coach, and the coach makes decisions, and that's fine. And the kids that are playing his position are good. So I'm not arguing, like, it's fine if he's not earning a spot on the field. Okay. But at least dual roster him and let him get touches on the ball in JV. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Kind of the thing that's, and there's more stuff to it that I'm.
Yeah. You gotta edit a little bit. You gotta edit a little bit.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think those
he's
things
not
end.
super happy.
Like Olivia and I are still talking about
it's high school soccer.
I mean, but the mom moments that come out of that, like, if Liv and I spend a pretty significant amount of time this week talking about soccer, and she's playing college soccer, so I'm even more like hands off, right? Like, I'm a spectator all the time, but she's still, she's got things going on. She's complaining, like same stuff, right? That what I really tried to convey to her this week, it is that you're not going to be a professional. Like, you have 2 more years of this, 2 more years. And when you're done, the thing that you're going to take away from it, regardless of whether you start, whether you don't start, whether you play 2 minutes, whether you really enjoy everyone on the team and you're all kumbaya or you're not, you're going to take away lessons that others don't get to learn. Like you get to take away lessons that people learn when they start working in jobs. Like you have to get along. You have to do what's right for the bigger group. You have to make decisions that are like you have to learn these lessons. You have the opportunity to learn these lessons now and get a jump start on these things compared to the other kids around. So just so you know, it doesn't end ever. But I'm just always so thankful that they have sports to learn the lessons, right? Like imagine like this is always what I go back to that I learned so much by playing soccer and not because I was, not because I was a fantastic athlete. I just learned how to get along with a group of people that didn't necessarily think of me as the center of their universe. So I don't know. I'm trying to be encouraging and just turning it into a story about myself. But
No, that's essentially, I mean, he got in the car, I let him lose his shit
right.
and told him rightfully so, and I agree with everything that you're saying, but the
Yep.
thing is, you can't really control it all, so we need to focus on what you can control. Are you gonna let it bring you down? Are you gonna let it take the progress that you made and turn it into shit? Or are you gonna let it drive you and make you better? And that's your choice. So, I suggest you go with the latter, but it's not always that easy, it's hard to do. But you're allowed to be mad for a little bit. And then I went into coach mom. We got into the garage and I said, okay, we're going to take 3 deep breaths and we're going to leave it. We're going to let it go and we're going to focus on what you can do going forward. And what I can do as your mom going forward. So this is where we are.
I
And
love
he
it.
rolled his eyes. I think he just watched me take 3 breaths. And and then we got out of the car and he was like, you know what else I don't fucking understand? And I was like, okay, so we didn't leave it. Okay.
Well, I
Fair
mean, he
enough. We
doesn't.
tried. We tried. I mean,
He doesn't
he's
have a
missing this. It's
right. He
fine.
doesn't have a
It's
fully
fine.
developed frontal cortex yet. He'll get there.
I get it.
He'll get
I get
there.
it. I get it. Yeah.
Oh,
So anyway, yeah. And real quick, I just want to talk about my business and then
yes, please.
I think that's really all I've got to talk about. So I'm pivoting. I am pivoting in the business.
Yes.
I launched my business fairly quickly, which was on purpose because I have a tendency to um, delay things for perfection, and that's really just a procrastination tactic. So, based on all of the information I was getting and research I was doing, you just need to go. So I did it. I launched. I launched wanting to focus on young adults because I also got feedback on that that's a great idea and that it's needed and blah blah blah. After doing a little bit of marketing and a little bit of analysis on what I've been doing, turns out the people who believe that the young adults need the coaching and want the young adults to get the coaching are the parents of the young adults, not so much the young adults, which in hindsight makes perfect sense. Perfect. Because again, yeah, they're just not aware of it yet. And so while I still think that they need the help, that's not really a great business model tactic to go for. Anyway, so I am also not liking the socials these days. So I enrolled in some marketing training that does not involve just your social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. Um, so I'm going through that. And that's what I'm focusing on. I'm writing a little blog on my page now weekly. I also started publishing a weekly newsletter uh, called the Mindset Drop, which is super quick, easy read that gives you 3 different tools each week. Or little mindset reset advice, a little tool you can use. Um, And like I said, it's a super easy read. Get through it in probably 2 minutes, and it just gives you some things to focus on through the week. So, I'm focusing on the blog, the newsletter, and finishing up this marketing training and figuring out where I'm gonna go next. I'm also learning that in the world of life coaching, uh, which I'm gonna be focusing on mindset coaching mostly. In this realm of things, the business of coaching, there are actually a shit ton, maybe not a shit ton, but a lot more coaching models than or business models that I was aware of. So
No, I
one-on-one
love it.
coaching is not my only option, and it might not be the strongest for me. So I'm evaluating how I want to run everything too. So more information to come, but it's all evolving. Uh, and I will be transparent. I'm yet to make a dime, but it's cool. I'll get
I
there. I'll
mean,
figure it out. I got
it's
to
a,
figure
it's
out
a
where I
journey. It's a journey. It's
right. And
it's
one of the lessons I listened to, I really liked because I always feel bad. Like they're like, what are you trying to get out of this? And I mean, I'll be honest. The first thing I'm going to say is I would like to make a dime. Like I need to make a dime because that's kind of a
just
driver around things. And
just
the
one
one
dime.
the one lady I was listening the one lady I was listening to was like, let's be real about it. We're in business. Yes, we want to help people and that's our purpose. And we do all this values-based digging into things and that's great and that's what drives us. But ultimately we start these things because we need to make money. And there's nothing wrong with saying that out loud. And making the money makes it a lot easier to be able to fulfill your purpose in the end. And I was like, "Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that makes me feel less of a dick." So, okay.
That
All right.
we should.
That was a very
That's that.
mind shifty thing.
That's kind of the interesting piece is that like for a hot minute you were like I should just be altruistic and want to get into this just for the common good and really an important piece of like having your mind lined up is being able to say nah, you know what, I want to do that. That's an important driver behind it, but really I'd like to make the money, like to be able to support
Yeah.
myself doing this thing that I really enjoy. And that's why
Yeah.
we get into business. And I wonder,
Yep.
like I always wonder, like how hard that is for girls to admit, women, like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, and
deserve
that's
it.
funny. The the training that I'm doing is women-based, is women in business based. And it's kind of what I really like about it. But there's a lot of values involved in it that are
Right.
aligned with my beliefs and my systems and what I feel. So that always helps. But what I like about it, like the one girl's like, yeah, boss girl, boss babe. I mean, I'm just running my life. Like, I don't know. I'm in business. I'm in business just like some bro would be in business. Like,
Boss
doesn't need to
bro.
be defined
I'm
by,
a boss bro.
yeah,
I'm a
like
badass boss bro. I'm just
badass
doing
bra.
just doing. I wish I had a badass bra. I just have the regular bra.
Me
Sorry.
too.
No, I mean I think that's such an interesting like that was the mindset shift. Uh, like choosing I I I choose because it lines up with my values to say that in reality what happens is I really want to make money in this business because that's why I
Yeah,
started a business and that's why like
right.
there's part of it that makes me crazy, that makes me crazy that would be a mind shift. um anyway, sorry, like
No, but
it's
it's true because you don't like, and you feel that, like you feel bad saying that. Like at least
right.
I do. Like I feel like, what is your why? Why do you want to do this? Well, I want to make everybody's lives better. And truly, that's what I want to do. I want to impact lives. I want people to have the experiences that I've had that have made my life better, but I literally cannot do that in the best manner possible without making any money.
Right. And if you were starting a landscaping business, no one would be like, hey, what's your why? Oh, because I want people to
Yeah.
have
Do you want greener
beautifully
grass?
manicured lawns. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's so much of I don't deserve or I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy of it. I think you and I were talking about it a couple weeks ago where I was like, what I could really use is a mentor. And like the thing that would stop me from getting a mentor before was that, oh, well, yeah, mentors are for people who are going to be successful. And you're just a mom who's trying to like feed her children. Like you're just a mom who's trying to contribute a little bit to the household. Like, no, it's like I am a fully complete person who's working in a career. And if a mentor would be helpful, why wouldn't I deserve that? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. It's
here's to all of us changing our mindsets. But I do love that you're
yes.
like not forcing something that doesn't feel right for your business anymore. Like that's also an important thing to be like,
Yeah.
I don't need to
I
do that.
yeah, I feel like that's kind of where I was. I think that's spot on, that terminology, just forcing something to make it happen. There's so much more to it. And I didn't go into it thinking it was all gonna happen immediately. Like, am I a bit disappointed that I haven't made any money? Sure. But part of the process is learning where I fit and what's gonna work well for me and what I want to do. And I think a huge part of that is realizing that there are changes that need to be made, and that's okay. That's part of the process. And like one of the ladies I was listening to earlier this week, she was like, I feel like we definitely need a different word for failure because we're not like that's not what it is. We're like they were talking about their failed offers as coaches, and the one girl got her turn to speak and she was like, "Well, I was writing them down and I've come up with 35. 35 that I made 0, 0. And this woman pulls in millions of dollars a year now. And she's been in business for 5 years. Like and she was like 34, 0. And like the first 15 of those were when I just started 5 years ago. Like it's what happens, but it's literally not failure. Like every time and I kind of connected with her the most because she said, that first offer, like at the beginning, it was trying to just force something to happen that wasn't right. Like she thought it might have been right, but she learned that it wasn't, and that was not failure. So we
Right.
keep we keep trying.
Like in my industry in particular, getting to the point of failing fast is the way you make long-term money. Like your
Yeah.
your tiny little biotechs that can get to the point where they know that that isn't going to work. Hey, this delivery mechanism for this particular thing isn't going to work. So be done with it and go on to the next. Like failing fast is a way to drive things forward. Like how many
So that's a
and
great it,
and
I
the
just want to say that's something
do
great.
it.
Like that's something that makes a lot of sense. Which just literally you saying that because one of the things in my mind was, well, geez, I feel like I really didn't even give it that much of a chance. But I feel like why are you going to continue to give something a chance where you recognize this isn't the way I should be going? Like then change. It's okay. Like,
And
there's
the
0 proof that this is gonna result in anything, this isn't, so I need to move on.
and the other like side effect consequence of being able to pivot and pivot quickly is that sometimes you get yourself in a situation where you have an unintended surprise. So the way
Mhm.
Pfizer makes their money is mostly Viagra. At some point, they came up with this Viagra, this
Schwing.
blockbuster medication. Um, but it was an accident. Like that was like that is a side effect of another medication that they
Yeah.
were trying to market. Like they were like, oh no, bad
Some
things are
guy was taking
happening.
his heart attack medicine and ended up with a
Right.
boner.
like a lot of them. They're like, oh my God, this causes boners. And they were like, oh no. Oh
What
no.
problem can I solve?
Right. Right. I mean, it's so interesting that like the evolution of that and the fact that like you can write down 35 failures. Of course you can. We never did this before. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely write down your 35 failures, figure the 3 that work and get after it.
right. And it's just there's more to it, but the place I am right now is I did invest a little bit of money to do what I've done so far. And when I say a little, it was comparatively speaking to business investments, pretty small, but that's all I got. So now I don't have any other choice. I got to figure out what I can do with what I have. And
Oh, and I'll give you
what I
another
have is nothing.
inspiration to compare with, you know, it's the gene therapies that make kids hear in boners. Milton Hershey. Milton Hershey started his business. He didn't even know how to make fucking chocolate. Like he
Yeah,
didn't know how to make chocolate. Like he hired a sales guy to
but yeah,
sell the chocolate before he knew how to make chocolate. And he didn't have like
yeah,
he built a town based on maybe selling chocolate. So yeah, I
I
mean,
love that. I have one more thing. It's not to this. I just have one more thing I want to bring up. I was listening to a Mark Manson thing this morning, and I have a book. I know that we haven't been reading book, but I have a book that I would like to check out and that I think that would be perfect for you as well, called The Burnout Society by Byung-Chul Han.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
pronounced
about.
that right.
I don't know what you're talking
Anyway,
about.
but yeah, I feel like it would be a good read for us.
Oh, can you?
So, all of that said, that's enough Sarah time. I think we can move on.
All right, cool. Text me the name of the book because I really do want to get back into doing some reading on the
Mhm.
podcast. I can talk about my
I
ADHD
purchased a
and
bunch
how
of books recently
annoyed
too.
I am. I can talk about that all day, but we should probably talk about stuff that other people want to talk about too. All right, what are we doing next? Oh, the
Okay.
Gaster Story of the Week. Um, all right, I'll start us off. Oh, shoot. And then you can add color. So when I was
Okay.
probably 11, 10, so you were kindergarten-ish, um, I got I got real into studio wrestling, mostly because one of my friends, Regina B, uh, was into it, and she was the coolest person that I knew. And if she said that it was cool, then it was cool. And then I went to junior high, and there were a bunch of boys that also liked studio wrestling. So then I definitely found a place. I was like, oh, other people like to talk about this too. And bonus, they're boys who are cute and sometimes smell good. So I'm all in. Um, I mean, that's what I thought
They
of
definitely
boys.
didn't smell good. It was junior
Sometimes
high.
Sometimes they did.
They smelled like
Sometimes
your car.
they were wearing like a whole lot of polo, like a whole lot. And I don't know if you remember the smell of that, but like a moth to a
Yes.
flame. I was like,
The polo mixed with the Benetton perfume, Colors of Benetton. Is that
oh
what
my
was
God,
that's the
yes.
name of the perfume? Do you remember the like those
Yes.
two mixed together?
A junior high
Makes my
dance.
stomach turn now.
Junior high dance. Like, but at the time I was like, I would like to continue smelling you. Smelled delicious. Um, right. Sniff, sniff. Not weird at all. Um, so on Saturdays in the afternoons after the cartoons were over, it would then flip over to wrestling. You could watch WWS, and it was Hulk Hogan, it was the Iron Sheik, it was Jimmy Superfly Snuka, who would jump off the top rope, off the turnbuckle. He would stand up there and he would superfly you. And we were doing that shit into the pool in the summer. And
Yep. Yep.
then, for some reason, I'm sure it's because I was interested in it, it exploded. So then you had like tag teams like the British Bulldogs and Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And your dad's favorite one, George the Animal Steel, who would eat the turnbuckle
Yes.
and the green tongue, like they fed him candy before, and he would have like a
Ugh.
green tongue, and he would just walk around and There was always a good guy and a bad guy, and that was very appealing to my sense of attention deficit order justice. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it was all just perfect, just perfect. Um,
You
and
are correct. Do you watch Beyond the Ring or The Dark Side of the Ring? These
no,
are things that you should start watching if you don't. I think one of them is on A&E. Noah watches them all the time, and they are ridiculously interesting, actually. The one on what's his nuts? The kilt wearing Roddy Piper.
she turned into an actor like he was in movies. Roddy Piper. I came here to kick ass and chew
He
bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
and I'm out of bubble gum. He that I highly suggest. I don't know if that's Dark Side of the Ring, Outside the Dark Side of the Ring, I think it's
I'll
called.
have to
Anyway,
find it. I loved him.
that was my favorite. There's a lot of them and they're all really good, but his was my favorite. He was one that was really, really good at separating his personal life, and like they interview his wife and his kids, and it's really yeah, it was really good. Like
Oh, good. Oh,
they
good.
just they seemed like a good family and whatnot, but I mean, a lot of it's fucked up. Like the shit you
As
didn't see in that world, the shit you don't see in that world, it's fucked.
I mean, I was into it to the point, and I don't know if you remember this, but I did a term paper on it in my gifted program. Like we had to do a research project,
I
and my
mean,
research
yeah.
project was the impact of studio wrestling, the history and impact of studio wrestling on modern society. So I
Oh,
was
geez.
researching,
And you
I
didn't
was,
even have
re-
the internets back then.
no,
Was there a lot
I was,
of information in the public library?
well, I had to go to the library in junior high, and I have a vague memory of our librarian in junior high, and she had crossed
Yeah.
eyes. If I like, I don't know why,
Hmm.
and that might be just a dream, but I remember it was very hard
No,
to
because I
figure
feel like
out
that makes sense. I feel like I remember that.
if she was talking to me or not. But she was always very helpful, and she's just
Mhm.
inundated with the gifted kids who all have anxiety and want to do this really well, even though it's just for our essentially our study hall that we all have together. Um, but we would all bring her our topics, and she's like, okay, what's your theory? And I was like, my what? No, I just want to learn about it. She's like, no, you have to have a theory. Like essentially the librarian taught us um,
Yeah.
what we were doing. But I was like,
Yeah.
here's mine. She's like, okay, well, look up McCarthyism and look up like 1920s, look up 1930s, like do this. And I was like, oh, I get to learn all about history and Bruno Sammartino. Right, right. And then you pull up articles. So I'm like 12, like deep into the research. Um, at the same time, I'm also watching it every Saturday, and I'm collecting. I don't know if you ever did this, but at the Giant Eagle, where we would go grocery shopping, right there at the bottom of Wiggles Hill,
Mhm.
they would. There was a
The
magazine section,
paydays.
the Paydays. Oh my god, I forgot it was called
Um,
the Paydays.
hmm,
Do you remember the
Teen
magazine
Bot.
section?
Gee,
Yes.
do you remember my obsession with New Kids on the Block? Do I remember the fucking magazine section? Are you kidding me? Sarah, you can't get 17 magazines today. We
That
need to go get generic potato chips.
we need we need the black and white bulk purchase peanuts right now. We have to go.
Yeah,
Christine, put this
there's no
four
more
Stephen
Tiger
King
Beat for
books
you.
down. I was like, well, if she gets that, can I have two Stephen King books and a WWF magazine so I can cut out the poster of
Right.
Hulk Hogan and put it on my wall? Like
Yeah.
WrestleMania, also the evolution of pay-per-view. Like WrestleMania, I think was in Detroit, Michigan. WrestleMania 1, I'm talking about, was in Detroit, Michigan at the Silverdome. Maybe, does that sound right? Silverdome? Anyway, it held a lot of people, and there were a lot of people going to be there. And Regina B and I kept lobbying to go. Like we thought that our dads were going to be able to take us to Michigan to sit in a
Can
football
you
stadium,
see that?
to sit in a
Oh
football
my God. I
stadium
can only
and watch
imagine our
Hulk
two
Hogan.
fathers.
Oh my God. No, they've been singing in the parking lot.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to correct you though. It might have been a
But
different one because WrestleMania 1 was uh, at Madison Square Garden.
it it makes sense. It makes sense. Like it
Yeah,
might have been like WrestleMania 2 or WrestleMania 3. It was in Pontiac,
I'm gonna
Michigan. Look it up. Look it up while I tell the
look them all
story.
up right now. I'm gonna look up all the locations. Okay, go ahead.
But I think this is how we ended up going to our first live WWF event at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, because that was like the compromise. Like, no way that Jumbo was going to put us in the car and drive us to Michigan or wherever WrestleMania was.
Oh,
Like, no way. Come on now.
no.
We didn't have money to go roller skating at the same time. So there's no way. But we did scrape enough money together that the family, like 4 tickets to WrestleMania 3.
WrestleMania 3 was in Pontiac Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan.
I
Is
knew
that
it.
the one that you were thinking of?
Yes, that's the
That's
one.
1980. That was 1987.
Yes, 14. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. 13, I think, probably because it was in the winter. I don't know. But does it say who
March
oh, if
29th.
still cold. So I hadn't turned 14 yet. I was 13. Does it say who the headline match was? Was it Hulk Hogan versus somebody else? And I can't remember
I
if Hulk Hogan
believe.
was a good guy or a bad guy.
Well, I could see the picture of it. Let me make sure. Can you guess? Can you guess? Hulk Hogan against
Can't guess. Can't remember. Mr. T. But I think I'm mixing up
Princess
Rocky
Bride.
movies. Andre the Giant.
The main feud stemmed from Andre the Giant's heel turn and betrayal of his friends, the WWF World Heavyweight Champion, Hulk Hogan, which began on an episode of Piper's Pit when WWF President Jack Tunney, presented Hogan with a trophy for being the WWF World Heavyweight Champion for 3 years. Andre, Hogan's good friend, came out to congratulate him, but cryptically remarked, 3 years to be a champion, it's a long time. A week later, on an episode of Piper's Pit, Tunney presented Andre with a visibly smaller trophy for being undefeated in the WWF for 15 years. Hogan came out to congratulate Andre, but before the Giant could speak, Hogan ended up being the focal point of the interview. Annoyed by this, Andre stormed out during Hogan's congratulations speech. There's more to it. You get the...
Well,
a lot of it happened on Piper's Pit, though.
Oh, I like so many memories. I don't know why we haven't talked about this before, but it's so fundamental to
maybe
my
this
childhood.
is we should switch our podcast from mental health to talking about WWF wrestling.
And not like modern times, just going over episode of Piper's Pit.
Yeah, we're just talking about like late 80s.
Right. That's it. That's
maybe
all.
Just
that's
1980s.
all I want.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
Yeah,
it's just that very specific era. So we weren't going to that. Like, no, we're not going to that. In fact, I think on the same night, either WrestleMania 1 or this WrestleMania, we had a birthday party at Showbiz Pizza for somebody at St. Michael's.
Showbiz.
Right. So just to put everyone in the right headspace, I'm playing Qbert, me and Marty, who had a band. You know the Marty I'm speaking of. Left on
Marty F.
Marty F.
Yeah.
I'm playing Qbert, me and Marty after playing Qbert at the same time WrestleMania is happening, just to, kind of set the scene. So we're not going to that. But Jumbo will take us to the Civic Arena. Like me, you, our family of 4, Gina B's family of 3. We're all going. We get all hyped up. Like, there's the outfits and there's a ton of hairspray applied to my hair. There might have even been actual shaving of the sides. Like, it was a big deal. Big deal.
You never shaved the side of your head.
Yes, I did. Just a teeny, like,
no, you
it was
didn't.
this much. Yes, I did. So I did right here. Right here. I remember
No, that's a
doing it.
mullet. You're confusing yourself. That was when you got your hair cut into a mullet. Quit trying to frame it as though you were getting a cool shape side head thing.
Like,
No,
I
you
was
got your
cool.
hair cut into the style of a mullet.
Shut up, Sarah.
Just keep it
Fine.
real.
Fine. Fine. Maybe I had a mullet. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. But I feel like 13, I was definitely doing something with a perm. Like there was definitely a perm happening. Permed mullet. Fair.
Fuck yes. Serious. I mean, because that's what it is. The mullet, you're just cutting this real short.
Right. Like just right above my ear, just like a centimeter. Just a centimeter. And then I was able to switch that back. And everything else would poof around. Not in a cool chick way, but more of like a Laura Branigan kind of way. Anyway.
This episode is just making my stomach churn over and over and over again.
Well, I think on the way back from this is where we stopped at the Denny's in West Mifflin. Like we made it a night, right? Like, and we stopped at the Denny's in West Mifflin, and you had a elementary school meltdown because the people would not cut your kitty cat breakfast into the right shapes. It did not look like a kitty cat, and you were pissed.
No, pissed 100% when you put something on the menu and you advertise it as a kitty cat and there's a picture of it that looks like a fucking kitty cat and the toasts are the little ears and the bacon is the whiskers. You put that shit on the plate looking like a fucking kitty cat. I am 47 years old and I still stand behind this meltdown because that's fucking ridiculous.
You were like, not eating this. I mean,
no,
you were
doesn't
like,
look like a fucking cat.
Your parents.
I mean, let's be real. I wasn't eating any of that shit anyway. I might have taken a bite of the toast and the bacon, maybe, but I wasn't eating any of that shit on my plate.
Pancakes. It's not even meatloaf.
Nope. I just wanted to see the fucking cat.
At 11 o'clock on a Friday at the Denny's, you were like, "Can I speak to the chef, please? Can the chef come out and explain his logic for the plating here because it is wrong? It is what we like to call wrong."
And then he's
hilarious
in my egg.
Right. It's a good thing you didn't eat it, even if when it came back out, because your mom was like, "Excuse me." Your meek little mother, who wouldn't even order pizza, was like, "Excuse me, I don't want to be a pain. Pardon me, I'm just a tiny bird."
Huge pain.
She's. I don't know if you can see. There are tears happening, and we can't have it. We can't have it. I mean, she's almost 10, but we can't have it. She's 8. We're not going to be able to. The ride home will be intolerable. So if you could just make that look like a cat, off you go. Compliments otherwise to the chef. So that is my Gaster story of the week. My never-ending love of studio wrestling and the British Bulldogs, because that was my team. Like, and Gina and I divided the British Bulldogs, and like one was slightly more good looking. So she took the slightly more good looking bulldog, and I was like, oh well, he's got excellent personality, so obviously that one's mine.
Yeah. I mean, I bet that one read books and shit.
Sure he did. He has a country estate
personality.
It's
Davy Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid.
Davy Boy Smith, I think, is the one that that Gina got. I got the Dynamite Kids. That makes sense. Divided.
I'm looking at them right now, and I'm not sure either. Like, I don't really see a lot
of them is really good looking. Gina's never-ending love though was Bret the Hitman Hart. But I wasn't gonna take George at I had standards. Like, I'm not gonna the Anvil is not gonna be my guy. I don't care. He was also old enough to be my pap at that point, I think. He was like a holdover from the 1930s. He wrestled with Bruno Sammartino. Also,
if Vince McMahon, who makes my stomach turn. That's another churning.
Yeah, we're not. I thought we were only talking about happy stuff. Also, if you guys are into studio wrestling, and you can correct anything that I've said here, beyond my fact checker, uh, feel free to drop us a line at gastergirls@gmail.com. There we go. There's the plug for the email.
Can I share?
Send
I
it to
wanna
me and I'll
share my
put it on the.
screen.
How do you do that? Oh, it's share. It's right next to the phone button. Don't hit the phone button. That's for later.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me know when you can see it.
Oh my God, I can see it.
Okay, so look, this is my favorite part. Hold on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here we go. What is that?
Oh no. What? What?
What is that?
What? No.
Why is that the picture that's there?
What? The only one someone had? This must be his mom. She's like, this is my favorite picture. Does he have braids?
So sorry, everybody. If you're
What?
if you're not on the YouTubes, you're gonna have to.
Wow, you guys
check it.
to
Like, I don't.
YouTubes. Holy moly! Yes.
Yeah.
That was. I think that was Gina's, and
there
mine
you
was
go.
the other one. Oh no.
Oh.
Honestly, it's
All right.
I know it's an audio medium, but check out.
Okay.
My whole
I do
weekend
have
is
bad
made.
news for you, though.
What, you have to go?
I know. Well,
Okay.
we've been recording for 56 minutes, and
All right. Real quick ADHD update, and then we'll wrap up.
okay.
So I made an appointment to see a new psychiatrist, and I was surprised because this one would take around 9 appointments, and I was like, that is so much more convenient for me.
Right.
That seems great. Love it. But then I go to the appointment, I get all excited about the appointment, and I'm like, oh, yes, fantastic. This is going to work out great. I get on there and she's like, hi, what are we seeing you for today? And I'm like, oh no, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. So I go over the whole, diagnosis of the ADHD and how like the Vyvanse is the thing that keeps me alive. And she's like, oh, well, we don't manage the schedule, whatever. We don't manage the controlled substances. And I was like, again, I feel like a drug addict. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, well, I think we can probably just end the call because there's no point in me telling you everything that's happening with me for you to just give me like some worksheets to do because that will not be enough. And she was like, oh, I'm very sorry. Do you want to talk about anything else? And I was like, no, not really. And then I feel like even more of a drug addict.
I'd like to talk about how
like,
fucking annoyed I am.
Right. Like I could have made an appointment for this time because again, you got to wait for the appointment, right? It's not like they have like your next day. Anyway, so I was just so irritated by that. So I started looking up resources for attention deficit disorder online, like, whatever I could use to kind of get me through, in addition to having Chad manage my schedule. And what I've really, really enjoyed the past couple weeks is recording my meetings and having an AI summarize them. It's been a godsend. As long as everyone agrees to me recording it, then I can do that, and I can have the summary there, and I can put in action items, and I can put them where they need to be. It's been really helpful, and that's what I got. I have made another appointment at an actual in-person place, but again, I can't do that. Either I'm out of town or they're not available until the middle of October. So that is 6 weeks away.
So then,
I will just do
so
that
I am a firm believer of medication. I love the medication and coping strategies as well.
Right.
So in 2025, the amount of information that you can find for coping with ADHD,
yes,
simply via the interwebs, is pretty amazing.
My girl Mel Robbins has a podcast, and I was ready to hate it. Like, she's got like 3 or 4 episodes just on ADHD because she herself suffers from ADHD and takes the medicine for it. And like, I was ready
As
to
does
be
Mark Manson. Well, I don't Mark go
I
ahead,
was
sorry.
ready to be angry with her because, my in general, I
Mhm.
like her. It's something about her tone, but she does have really, really good advice and really good resources. So I was kind of using
Yeah.
those.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I she hasn't gotten to the point where she is, like, being an asshole. I mean, or
no,
being terrible at what she does. Like,
no,
she obviously deserves to be where she is. But
yeah,
yes, Mark Manson has the ADHD. I don't believe that he takes medication anymore. He did try medication at one point, but it made him, not himself, and he didn't like it. So, if you can find any Mark Manson ADHD resources, I mean, I highly suggest.
there's a couple of
That's just
books
me.
and a couple of like strategies, and I do love the idea of leveraging AI to kind of keep me on task. Like
Yeah.
give me give me just a couple of things to focus on, and that is something that the AI is good at. He's like, here's the things that have to get done today. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Speaking of things that have to get done today, did you
all right,
drop my romper off at mommy and daddy?
I did yesterday, and it's so
Okay.
cute. You're gonna love it.
I'm so excited.
You're
I
gonna
can't wait
love
to
it.
get my romper.
All right, so that is my mental health portion of it is that um, I continue to struggle with the way that we approach how these things are managed and availability, and if we could just get more psychiatrists or nurse practitioners or people, if we could just look at these things in maybe a slightly different way, uh, that would be so
Mhm.
helpful. I have no idea how to affect that change, but I think talking about it is probably the first place. So here I am. That's it.
And I would like to use this as a place where I can say, you now know this, even though it's not how we want it to be. You know that this is how it is.
Yes.
So now you need to take this as a little nudge that you need to move your focus on planning, getting your medication
Right.
a little bit higher on your list to make sure that you don't get yourself into these positions again. This is
Yes.
where we learn and adjust.
Adapt. Yep. Yeah. Olivia and I had that same conversation because she also takes the same medication. However, she is in North Carolina, and you
Yeah.
can't send a prescription to North Carolina. So her prescriber is in PA. I have to pick up her prescription in Pennsylvania, and then I have to FedEx it to her. So I had to overnight it uh, because you also can't get it early, and
Yeah.
just because it is a controlled substance, which stinks. So
Yeah, it
she and I
stinks.
have to do a lot
And
of
there's
planning
more
and
who
coordination. She and
yeah,
I have to do a lot of coordination,
there's
and that's the lesson is that, yeah, I got it. I have a reminder to get it exactly 30 days. And then she has got a reminder that whenever she shakes it and it feels lighter, that she's got to tell me right away. Like I'm running out so that I can do the things that have to happen. So yes, we're learning
do
a
you
lot of
have to wait for
lessons.
her to shake it and determine or
No,
can't you just
that's
like
the fail.
do it?
Like that's the backup. Like because we are the way that we are,
Okay.
we need two plans at least. So the first plan is I look at that reminder, I order the medication. If that didn't happen, she shakes it and she's like, shit, there's only four in here because that's when it sounds different. And she sends me a text and says, hey, did you order it? And I'm like, yes, I did. It'll be there Thursday.
As you're
Hopefully that's the
ordering
way
it.
it's going.
Yeah,
Right. As I'm
I
hitting the
did.
button. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Fuck, fuck, fuck.
I'm 5 minutes away. I'm not still at home. I promise.
Uh,
I love you.
and this, and still we rise. Still we rise.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I have to go. I'm sorry that I have to cut us short. I'm sorry that I took more time than I expected at the beginning talking about my business.
No, I love it. I have to pee real bad anyway, so I'm kind of excited.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Awesome. Well, enjoy
I
the rest of your weekend at the cabin, and I can't wait to hear about it. I'm sure it will be wonderful. Oh my God. So you've been like really fuzzy this whole time, and the way you were just leaning I thought you fell off your stool.
I did not. I did
I
not.
kind of wish you had because I feel like that would have been really funny. I mean, I don't want you to hurt yourself or anything, but anyway. All right. Love you.
All right. Love you.